welcome to the Sisters for Fitness Wellness Show. I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. Our guest today is a holiday regular. He usually comes during the holiday season to bless us with song, but because of some situations, we were not able to get him this holiday season. So we're going to do a post-holiday season show. We're talking to Brian Alejandro Scott. Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me once again.
And yes, but this time, for the first time, you're here in person. You've usually been with us through Skype.
Which was an interesting experience. You know, I was forced to learn a new technology quickly. And, but I really wanted to see you live and come down here, and it's just a different kind of interaction, you know.
So tell us how this year has been. It's been a year since we've talked. Tell us some of the things you've been doing over the past year.
Well, I did have a sold-out show in September, and it was called Autumn Changes Sometimes. And I used a lot of different songs, but some songs pertaining to the autumn season, like Autumn Leaves, Tis Autumn. Those are songs by Nat King Cole. Other people have sung them as well. So I sing a lot of standards. That's my style. And you will see on my YouTube channel, Lord Brian Alejandro, that is the type of music I sing. So I did do that.
And you perform mainly out of New York?
I perform out of New York. I was at a club, cabaret club called Pangea. And then earlier that year, I did a show at the same place, which also sold out. And that was called Lovers and Strangers. Because the lover you think you know could always be a stranger.
How do you choose what you want to perform?
In terms of music, it varies. Sometimes I'm just home and I may hear a song, especially if it's Sammy Davis, who's a my favorite, Frank Sinatra. There are others, Gloria Lynn, who I met and was my mentor and a friend. And her name is not as well known as it should be, but she was known for I Wish You Love. So if you hear, there are a lot of versions of that song, but hers hit the charts, I think, at number 16. Sometimes I'm just sleeping and I just get an idea. So I could be doing something as mundane as cleaning the bathroom, and I'm listening to the music and I say, you know, I'm gonna do that. Like the other day, I have an idea for a song a Sammy Davis song that I'm gonna do in my next show, which hopefully will be in the spring.
Very good. So, well, let's start off. We're gonna have you do a couple of songs this show. So what do you want to start off with?
Well, I'm going to start off with, it's a song called Please Don't Talk About Me. It was made, again, Sammy Davis sang it, Frank Sinatra sang it, a lot of people sang it. But the word's interesting because it has a lot of different meanings. It could be, please don't talk about me after we break up. Or it could mean, sometimes I think about, please don't talk about me when I'm no longer here unless you have something good to say.
So that's what it means to you.
That's what it means to me, yeah. I don't want to be forgotten, but you know, whatever you have to say right now, whether it's good or bad, say it. You know, so it's kind of a twist on words for me in terms of please don't talk about me, but I can't add, please don't talk about me negatively, but you know, talk about the good things. Remember the good things. Anything bad, you can tell me right now, I can handle it.
Well, let's get ready to get started with our first song, Brian Alejandro Scott, and please don't talk about him.
Please. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone. Oh, honey, though our friendship ceases from now on. And listen, if you can't say anything really nice, it's better not to talk at all. That's my advice. We're parting. You go your way, I go mine. It's best that we do. Here's a kiss, and I hope that this brings lots of luck to you. Well, it makes no difference how I carry on. Remember, please don't talk about me when I'm gone. best that we do. Here's a kiss, and I hope that this brings lots of love to you. Well, it makes no difference how I'll carry on. Remember, please don't talk about me. You better not talk about me. Baby, don't talk about me when I'm gone. Please don't talk about me when I'm gone.
Oh, that was absolutely wonderful.
Thank you. I just sang that at Birdland in New York
Wonderful.
for a special event. So I wanted to share that with you.
Now, you're not just Brian Alejandro Scott. You are Lord
Indeed,
Brian
I am.
Alejandro.
I am Lord Brian Alejandro.
What does that mean for us Americans who don't quite understand that?
Okay, so basically it's a title. I was born in the UK, and there are several ways to get it, because everyone wants to know, how do you become a lord? Well, some are born into it, some own a lot of property, but not necessarily are all lords rich. So you have poor lords, you know. I'm not one of them, but I'm just simply saying that there are various ways. And so someone bestowed this title upon me for a lot of the work I've done with children, entertainment, you know, spreading love and happiness and all of that. And I think they thought I deserved it. And so that's how I have it.
So are you the Lord over a particular area?
I am. It's a small area. It's extremely small. It's a principality, which was very popular after World War II, and it's called Sealand. So it's not, you know, it's not acres of sprawling, you know, some people, you know, but that's what that is. And my duties include just spreading goodwill, doing the things that I'm doing, helping people. And you just, you know, you go with it. Now, in terms of being addressed in America, you know, it's usually just Mr., Miss. I don't even know if they use Ms. anymore. I don't,
Not really.
Really, right? So I prefer Mr. Scott, you know, but I can be addressed when I'm in England as Lord Scott or Sir Scott, you know. But it's a little slightly pretentious to try to ask an American to call you Sir or Lord, because they don't really get the whole history behind it. So I only share that with friends and, you know, certain acquaintances.
And you said part of the honor is your giving back. And so I want to let everyone know you spent decades helping special needs children. Tell us how you did that.
I was a speech and language pathologist. I went to Hampton University. At the time,
That's where we met.
That's where we met. And actually, we had classes in the same building.
Yes.
Armstrong Hall. And I was a pre-med communication disorders, because I somehow thought I was going to go to med school. But I think deep down inside I wasn't. But I did like science, so it was a good combination. And then I later got my master's at NYU. And but during that time, I had started working, and worked as a speech and language therapist. And I worked with young kids, mostly you know, minority youth, young men of color, Latino. I speak Spanish because my mom's from Panama, and I live in New York, so that's always a benefit. And so I'm in that community as well. So I'm one of those brown Latinos, you know. It's because there's so much more. When you just watch TV, you just think everybody looks like Gloria Estefan, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not so. We are the rainbow. We are many countries. In Central America especially, you'll see all shades of brownness to fairer complexions as well, but then also sometimes the features are indigenous, maybe of the Indians who were there at some point, and that's, you know, those aspects of the culture, Latino culture, isn't always shown or represented on American TV, let's say that.
Now, the other half of your lineage
is my dad was from Trinidad, right?
Okay.
So there's a Caribbean thing. So so people know the history, you know, I was born in London, but in London there's a very strong Caribbean community, Jamaica, Trinidad, Ghana, even though Ghana's Africa, but still different other related islands, especially during the 50s and 60s. So if you go to England now, You go to Brixton. Brixton is an area that has a concentration. We're all over there, but Brixton, it has a concentration of the Caribbean community. So certain foods or certain vegetables you probably could get in Brixton that you might not get in Chelsea, where I just stayed. I was in Chelsea for a month actually. Yeah. So it's different, you know.
So what do we have next? What's up next for a song?
Yeah. Well, there's a wonderful song that you know, I coming from England, obviously. Or not so obviously, I was lucky to meet Joan Collins. And,
Joan Collins from, from the series.
Dynasty.
Dynasty,
yeah.
yes.
Or in England we say Dynasty. And she lived in Paddington, but I lived in Tottenham, where Adele is from, actually. And she was married to Anthony Newley. Anthony Newley wrote a lot of great, wonderful, wonderful songs. So when I met her, I said, you know, Joan, I'd really like to, because she was Joan at the time, she wasn't Dame and I wasn't Lord. I said, I'd love to sing this song. And I said, what do you think? She said, well, as long as you sing it properly, darling. So hopefully I'll be able to sing it properly today, and you will enjoy my interpretation of Who Can I Turn To?
Okay, let's do it.
Who can I turn to when nobody needs me? My heart wants to know, and so I must go where destiny leads me, with no star to guide me. Beside me, I go on my way, and after the day, the darkness will hide me. And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after. I'll throw off my sorrow, beg, steal, or borrow my share of laughter. With you I can learn to. With you, what a new day. But who can I turn to if you turn away? With no star to guide me, and no one beside me, I go on my way. And after the day, the darkness will hide me. And maybe tomorrow I'll find what I'm after. I'll throw off my sorrow, beg, steal, or borrow my share of laughter. With you I can learn to. With you, what a new day. But who can I turn to if you turn away? Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful. Who do I turn to?
Who Do I Turn To by Anthony Newley. So it's a great song.
Now, you and I are both HBCU grads, went to Hampton, as we just mentioned. We also pledged the same year, in the same Phi Beta family, blue and white, Zeta Phi Beta, Phi Beta Sigma.
We just had the Founders Day yesterday for Phi Beta Sigma, and yours is on the 16th of
Yes,
this month.
indeed. Yes, indeed. So my next question is, how can we get young people interested in this just phenomenal type of music, this phenomenal genre?
I mean, it's very complicated because the music today is very different from when we were growing up or our parents were growing up. But you have to have a desire to read and do research. You know, just don't get up there and do anything. And a lot of these people, a lot of the artists today, had it not been for Sammy Davis, Ella Fitzgerald, Dinah Washington, Gloria Lynn, I mean, I could go on, Brooke Benton, Johnny Hartman, Billy Eckstine, who some people like in my voice too, that's a great honor. They wouldn't be where they are. They don't understand that all these people used to sing at Vegas, that when Vegas was Vegas, not the family Vegas that it is now. And a lot of those artists couldn't enter through the front of the casinos. They had to enter through the back, and they couldn't stay in the hotels that they were singing in, and they couldn't mingle with the guests. So yes, some of those things have changed, but a lot of them have not necessarily changed. And so young people also need to think about being behind the camera, writing scripts. Don't always focus on trying to be the star, because a lot of those stars didn't necessarily make a lot of money because of the contracts they signed. So if you want to be a lawyer, maybe you want to think about entertainment law. You know, that's another way of getting into the business and working with those contracts. And I have worked with Martha Reeves and the Vandellas. I still get mentored by Lois Reeves of the Vandellas. I've worked with Joan Collins. I've worked with Nona Hendrix. I've met Michelle Lee. I've met not Sammy Davis, I'm sorry, Stevie Wonder. And I say all those things to say because each one of those, and there's more, you know, I wrote them in my pocket, but I couldn't remember everything, but I'll refer to it. They taught me something, so I think it's the adults' responsibility to teach young people, share music. I invite young people to my shows, and some of them do come and they get an appreciation for it. They also tune into my channel, Lord Brian Alejandro, on YouTube, and that's another way of being exposed to it. And I write a little bit about the music, what year, who wrote it, you know, things like that.
And you know, sometimes your talent may not be in performing, your talent may be in audio engineering. Right. You may be a much better writer.
Right.
So what you're saying is there are other aspects to the business besides performing. Everybody wants to be the performer, get rich, and have all of those things that you hear come with being a performer, but that may not be what's for you.
It may not be what's not for you, and also the technical staff that works, let's say major movies that are grips and all that, they're all part of a union. And unfortunately, it's not as diverse as one would like. So I'm saying that you find out how to work with these video equipment or whatever's involved, the dolly, all these little jobs, and they're not little, because without those jobs, we would not sound or look the way the lighting is another area to look into. You know, especially with the computer age that we're in now, there's so many different things you can do with lighting. Set design, being a dresser. Robbie Reed went to Hampton and she was
Indeed.
Right? So for Black Panther and got an Oscar.
Yes.
You know, but that's just one person. And she's not the only one that can do it. Everyone's capable.
Indeed. So what's next?
What's next is a very popular song. The story behind this song was actually was sung by Lena Horne, and but it somehow became a Sammy Davis and Frank Sinatra song, and it's a sort of a play on words about being sophisticated but being a regular person, and that's "The Lady is a Tramp."
Okay.
I've wined and dined on mulligan stew and never wished for turkey. Well, I've hitched and hiked and drifted too, from Maine to Albuquerque. Alas, I missed the Beaux-Arts ball. What is twice as sad, I was never at a party where they honored Noel Kahn. Her social circles spin too fast for me. Her whole Bohemia is the place I wanna be. She gets too hungry for dinner at 8. She loves the theater but never comes late. She never bothers with people she hates. That's why the lady is a tramp. She goes to Coney, the beach is divine. She digs the ball games, the bleachers are fine. She reads Michael Musto, and I mean every line. That's why the lady is a tramp. I love the green grass under my shoes. How can I lose? I'm flat, and that is that. And as for Drake, she whistles and stamps. That's why the lady's a tramp. She loves the free, fresh wind in her hair. Life without care. She's broke, but it's oak. Hates California. It's cold and it's damp. That's why the lady is a tramp. That is why the lady, why the lady is a tramp.
Very good.
Thank you.
Oh, classic. Wow.
Well, my journey is to take people on a journey. My you know, doing, entertaining, making people happy, and helping children when I can, you know, is the rent I pay for being on this planet.
I love that. Helping people is the rent you pay for being on this planet.
So it's not about being a star, and it's not about being all fabulous. It's about having self-pride and dignity, but also be willing to share that with other people. And I'm really an entertainer. You know, as you see, I dance. I studied the Katherine Dunham technique. I danced off Broadway for many years. I've done some film stuff, minor, you know, because, you know, it's hard to cast me, darling. You know, I'm just not your everyday person. And so singing allows me to really let go, you know, and keep it groovy, as Sammy would say.
Now, we've got 2 minutes left.
Okay.
So can you take us out in song?
I'm going to take you out in one of my favorite songs, and it's on my YouTube channel.
And it is?
That Old Black Magic.
Oh, okay.
That old black magic has me in its spell. That old black magic that you weave so well. Those icy fingers up and down my spine. That same old witchcraft when yours made mine. That same old tingle that, ooh, I feel inside. And then that elevator starts this ride. Down and down I go, round and round I go, like a leaf that's caught in a tide. I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm aflame with such burning desire that only your kiss, 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 kiss can put out that fire. You're the one that I have been waiting for.
Thanks for joining us
You're
for
the
the
mate
Sisters for
that
Fitness
fate
Wellness
had
Show.
me.
I'm Stephanie Gaines-Bryant. Have a great day.
Every time you'll let me mine. Darling, down, 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 down I go. Round, 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 round I go. Like a leaf that's caught in the tide. I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm aflame with such burning desire that only your kiss can put out that fire. You're the love, girl I've been waiting for. You're the mate that fate had me.